Ladies and gentlemen, would you please take your seats? Welcome to the 2025 SSNA Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League Hall of Fame. This year is our 20th event, and for the first time is proudly brought to you by a sponsor, by Sundancer Homes. And we welcome David and Rebecca Hanson and thank their company very much for their support. And without it, we can't put those functions on. So thank you. Once again, it is a personal honour and a privilege to be involved in tonight's proceedings. I'm a student of history and I'd like to recognise what's come before, and tonight we've got some fantastic stories to share with you. My name is Graham Patterson and I'll be your host for the evening. So commencing in 2005, we continue to honour some of those who have made an outstanding contribution to either football or netball, those who have set the standards and the benchmarks in the past that will remain there for the future, and that set levels that the young ones can aspire to as we continue forward. They have been and continue to be wonderful ambassadors for their families, for their clubs, and also for our broader football community. On behalf of the board, recognise some guests, some apologies, and some of our business partners. So could I welcome our acting chairman, David Morris, directors Des Lottigan, Jamie Redditch, Alison Butler, Gavin Coater and Tamara Matthews. We have apologies from the chairman of the SSNA Club, Eddie Dunlop, from the chairman of the league, David Sinclair, Rod Malavi, and Rod was the inaugural Hall of Fame chair, and he's also the voiceover of the videos again and does a wonderful job. Also apologies from some of our business partners, Ben Hollins, Mick Blomley, Rob Frampton, Jacob Ludigan, Aaron Scales, a couple of directors, David Kefford and Brett Anderson, and from the netball subcommittee, Chrissy Barnes, Sue Trill and Joanne Williams. We have two Hall of Fame committee members who are apologies in Kim O'Donnell and Terry Cross, and Xavier Marling, the editor of the Board of Ireland. It's a shame Xavier's not here because he's just been promoted to a very senior editorial job within his company, and I wanted to make due recognition because the Board of Ireland do a fantastic job for our sport. Representing our major sponsors again, the SSNA Club, Gerard Darby and Phil Kelly with directors Noel Sargent, Colin Darts, David and Rebecca Hanson from Sundancer, Daniel Ferguson from 2AY, Opal Packaging, Murray Ray and Ben Park, Snap Printing, Craig Mundy, Road Safe North East, Robbie Allen, Footsteps Podiatry, Paula Thompson and Sarah O'Keefe, Tobin Brothers, Shannon Paul, Josie Logan from New Balance Belgravia Apparel, and co-agency media group Darcy Harrington, and also Ian Gedbold from Oak FM. If I could just for a moment draw your attention to the collages around the room which represent our inductees of every year. But we have a number of those inductees here tonight, and I'd like to acknowledge them. 2010, Annie DeFazio from Benalla. 2013, Peter Tussell, Andrew Scott and Paul Spargo. 2015, Lindy Singleton. 2016, Jack O'Halloran. 2017, Paula Carey and Bobby Craig. 2018, Dasher Darryl Spencer. 2022, Marty Cross Senior, who was elevated to legend status, and from 2024, Chris Hyde. And I know Ron will probably mention it later, but Ross Schultz, who does our sound and lighting, has been working with us for many, many years, and he does a wonderful job. So I just want to say thank you to Ross. And without any further ado, I would like to invite to the stage to do the official welcoming the acting chairman of the SSNA Ovens and Murray Football Netball League, Mr. David Morris. Thanks, David.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the board of the SSNA Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 20th Anniversary Hall of Fame dinner. Tonight we celebrate the achievements of a further 6 inductees and 1 inductee elevated to legend status. This evening is one of the most cherished occasions on our calendar, not just because we celebrate excellence on the field and court, but because we gather as a community. a community that has for generations carried the pride and passion of regional sport across northeast Victoria and southern New South Wales. Since our founding in 1893, we have seen champions rise, rivalries forged, towns transformed and families shaped by the rhythm of seasons marked by whistles and sirens. We are here tonight to recognise those who have left an indelible mark on that history, the 2025 Hall of Fame inductees. Each of you has contributed in a way that transcends stats or trophies. You have lifted your clubs, inspired your teammates and strengthened the very fabric of our league. 2025 has already proven to be a year of remarkable resilience, fierce competition and renewed spirit. It is one of the closest competitions in recent history, both on the netball court and football field, making for a great upcoming final series. The current board of the league is conscious of the huge responsibility it has inherited in the administration of the competition, part of which is the continued preservation and celebration of the OM's incredible history. Our league stands tall, proud of its past, confident in its future. Thank you to all our sponsors for their ongoing commitment to the league. In acknowledging our new sponsors, it is also appropriate to recognise the SSNA Club, which has been our major sponsor for over 20 years. And their staff have done a great job in pulling this together. To Kano and Archicus and Michael Bouquet, our two league employees, thank you for all the work you've put into it to make this evening happen. My thanks go to Hall of Fame Chairman Ron Montgomery and his committee for again gathering the information and researching the candidates. I'd also like to pass on appreciation to our MC this evening, former Chairman Graham Patterson. To the inductees, thank you for the legacy you've left and congratulations to you all. To those still writing their chapters, may you be inspired by the stories that are shared tonight. Enjoy this special night. Here's to the Ovens of Murray Football and Netball League, strong, united and still leading the way in 2025 and beyond. Finally, once again, thank you for your attendance this evening. Enjoy the fellowship that the night brings.
I'd now like to call upon the Chair of the Hall of Fame Subcommittee who will explain the criteria, introduce the committee members and explain the format of the evening. So please welcome Ron Montgomery. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, Graham. Okay, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we come together, as you've heard, for the 20th year of the SSNA Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League Hall of Fame induction dinner. Another 6 people will enter into the Hall of Fame of the Ovens and Murray Football and Netball League, and another champion, former inductee, will be raised to the legend status tonight. And the outstanding achievements of those people will be mentioned as we go on through the night. It's fantastic. Tonight's inductees will have an already outstanding list of high-achieving Ovens and Murray people who have been inducted over the past 20 years, taking our numbers to 104, including Cleaver Butt and Robbie Walker, who were both inducted straight in as legends, and there are another 6 who have been raised to give us 8 legends within our organisation, so it's fantastic. The Hall of Fame night is an outstanding event on the OMN calendar, and the committee is proud of the status that the Hall of Fame has achieved over the years and the respect the inductees receive from all associated with the Great Ovens and Murray Football League. We started back in 2005 with the original inductees being Cleaver Button, as I mentioned, as a legend, Neville Hogan, Norm Mings, Gentleman Jim Sandrum and Bobby Rose were the first 5 to go in that night. And anybody that was here that night, there was a few that have been there nearly everyone. Emmy DeFazzi over there, I see you getting free tickets now. Emmy, you've done well. He's been to the last 20 of them, I think, in 2010 inductee, very worthy of that, I hasten to add, but great to see you here again, Em. And welcome to anybody else that's been here. But that night, Bob Rose's widow Elsie spoke on behalf of Bob, and you could have heard a pin drop in the room. It's absolutely sensational. So there's been a lot going on over the 20 years, a lot of memories for a lot of people. And a lot of family traditions have began and started and carried on throughout this. We've had father and sons. Jimmy Sandrum inducted in 2004 2005 was an inaugural inductee. His son Dennis followed in 2009. Mickey Bone in 2011 and Simon, his son, in 2016. We've had brothers in the Button brothers, Cleaver in 05, Hayden Button, who had 3 Brownlows, 3 standovers and a few other things before we got him in here, but he came in 2018. We had a mother and son with Tony Wilson and her son Nick last year being inducted. We've had brother-in-laws, John Smith and Frank Hodgkin. John raised to a legend 2 years ago. We've had sister and brother, Tony Wilson, and last year Mick Noel was inducted, and this year we've got another sister and brother in Lindy Singleton in 2015 and Terry Burgess Jr. tonight, so congratulations on all those families. Terry's been appointed Lindy's keeper tonight, so it's a big job and I'm sure he'll handle it good luck. I have the privilege of being the current chairman of the Hall of Fame, which consists of the following great Ovens and Murray people, and these are people that love the league, are prepared to give up their time freely and do it with a passion that brings us all together tonight. We've got Kevin Hill, great man, knows the stats, every stat I think that's ever been done in the Ovens and Murray, Kevin's got his fingers on, from Wangaratta Rovers. David Johnson, another passionate man about football and the media guru with the Weekly Times. Premiership coach and 2013 inductee Peter Tossell. Another premiership coach and great Bulldog enforcer Bobby Craig was inducted in 2017. Former Deputy Chair Kim Odwin comes with us, and she's the netball guru with us. Unfortunately, Kimmy's been unavailable tonight. She's got a tooth problem, but she'll be back in full cry very shortly, I'm sure. 2010 inductee Terry Cross, a 5-time best and fairest with all the Tigers, is also an apology. He's having a knee surgery. Glenn Breer, the Yarrawonga Premiership President, the long-serving Premiership President is here, and the former Murdochford star player and President Ian Wales make up our committee. So please, for the amount of work those people, please thank them for their efforts. I know we've touched on a few, but I would also like to thank the following people for their efforts on bringing tonight together. Kane Evandarchicus and Michael Bouquet from O&M House have been outstanding in what they've done for us. They're, from a committee viewpoint, it's cool, calm and collected. We just have to ask for something to be done and it gets done, or we're reminded what needs to be done, and there's a finger on the pulse all the time. So well done, boys, and thank you for your effort. It's fantastic. Our historian John House, who readily chases information for us. Rob Lacey from Rob Lacey Photography. Darren Rigg from Darren Rigg Media has been doing this for 20 odd years, as has Rob. Nikki from Creative Framing in Albany. Wodonga, she does well. Our Master of Ceremonies, Pato, you get the job again next year to keep this up. You've been outstanding in the efforts you do and the research you put in, so thank you for your efforts. To the SSNA Club for the venue tonight and your continued support of the league. The league doesn't survive without sponsors and people putting in like you do, so thanks to Chairman Eddie and the CEO Gerard and the board for their continued support. To Sundancer Homes, who have come on board this year, thank you for your support. It's much appreciated. And to Chairman Dave, whose apology of course, but and the board members for continued support of this concept. Sometimes we run with a loss, sometimes we run with a profit, but overall it's, I think, the gathering tonight and recognition of people is well worth whatever it costs and whatever we do. So thank you to the board for your support. Please thank those people. Footballers, netballers, players, coaches, umpires, administrators, office bearers, media representatives are all eligible, and we have one from each category gone through over the years. However, a player must, to be inducted, must be retired for 36 months, and the netballer must be out of the Ovens and Murray for 36 months, given these different circumstances with children and whatever else, but to get in you've got to be retired for the 3 years. The selection criteria states the number of games played, coached, umpired, or the years of service provided is only a consideration, not a determination, in assessing a candidate's eligibility. I'm having trouble with the tongue tonight. The committee may also consider a candidate's individual record, ability, integrity, sportsmanship and character. Induction to the Ovens Murray Hall of Fame represents a tribute to all inductees and recognising the outstanding service and overall contribution they have made to the SSNA Ovens Murray Football and Netball League throughout our 132 years. Whilst the sport of Australian rules in netball are team sports, tonight we will honour individuals who, along with their family, friends, teammates, look back on a life blessed with achievement, maybe because of talent, maybe because of effort, but often because of loyalty, commitment and a love of the team. And it's the right that we do acknowledge individuals, because the outstanding achievements of individuals to a team goal is to be celebrated by all who have been involved in teams, because we take great pride in our champions, and as they represent the team that we're interested in, they are involved with us. They are part of us, and therefore we share with their success. In my view, the Hall of Fame is an outstanding vehicle to allow permanent reminder of achievements over the years. If I turn the right page, I can tell you. Or talent maybe because of, and celebration of Ovens Murray, fantastic people recognising their great character, skill and determination. For as long as the Ovens Murray continues, there will be men and women who come forward. Tonight's future generations will continue to look back and marvel at the contributions they have made, and we'll certainly see some great contributions this evening. Certainly, as I look around the room, there's a million blokes in here, well, not quite. There's a fair few netballers also that in sometime in the future will be eligible and will become inducted into the Hall of Fame. So look forward to that and seeing you here for many years to come. Thank you so much for your continued support of the tradition which is the Ovens Murray Hall of Fame, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Please enjoy and welcome everybody that receives their due awards tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. We'll now have a break for about 20 minutes where you can have some fellowship, enjoy the meal, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes with the first induction. Thank you.